Okay, we have a little another tutorial here. I have an image I took of my Bluejay that comes down every day for his feeding. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the layer by clicking and dragging over create new layer. And as I showed you before on the blending mode, which is really cool, you can hold and click the plus key on your keyboard and you'll go through the blending modes quite effectively. You have to hold the shift key, okay? And then you can kind of see the difference of what's going on there. I think that's really cool. It saves you a lot of time if you can use the keyboard. Okay, I'm going to go back here to normal. All right. Next thing is I want to show you something about the adjustment layers down here. This one, the brightness and contrast, I don't use too much really because I like curves and levels. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that. Go back here. Another thing to remember is that when you are working on a layer, you got to make sure it's highlighted, okay? Because if it's not, nothing's going to happen. All right, this is the levels. Now I use this a lot. Now here's your histogram, okay? Here is your highlight, your midtones, and your darks as I tweak those, etc., etc. Okay. All right. Next thing I'm going to show you here is the curves. This is a little more complicated, but it gives you a lot more control. You have different effects you can apply down here that are pre-done, and you can customize it as well, which is really nice. You can do some interesting things with that. All right. Down here, this is the vibrance. Now, if you're from the film school days, and you, especially if you like National Geographic and you see the luminosity and the wonderful vibrant color they use. Of course, they're great photographers, but the film that they were using was Fuji, Velvia, and some other ones, but it had a very good color saturation. And of course, we can achieve all that in Photoshop. So that's how I can use my vibrance mode here. And so as I tweak it here to the right, you can see how it's really popping the image, and I can saturate a little more. You know, you have to be careful with it. You could do too much, and then you could really wreck an image, but it's there for whatever use you want to use it for. Here Hue has saturation, you know, that you can come under your master. You can tweak different levels if you want to pop your yellows a little bit. That's an interesting thing. Say you want to bring out the blue and come under cyan. Okay, that's another one. All right. This one, color balance, I'm not going to get into right now. Black and white. This is pretty interesting. This will automatically turn an image into black and white. Again, you have some different filter effects that you could try. These are presets. There's a lot you can do with these, and you can get in here in the tools and tweak. Okay. All righty. Let's go down here and see what else we got. Photo filter. Same thing if you had a variety of filters that you were going to use on your camera over your lens. This is the same principle. And as you can see, each time I change this, there's a different effect. Some are very subtle. That cooling filter really brought in the blues. Here's another cooling filter, another one, red, orange, etc. Okay. Click that one off. Let's go down here. Over here, channel mixer. I'm not going to get into that right now. Invert creates a negative effect, like that you would see in a film negative. Okay. Okay. Posterization. Andy Warhol. Just think Andy Warhol as you tweak the different levels. You know, you can do a variety of things with this depending on what you are planning to do with your image. Threshold, I'm not going to get into gradient map. Some interesting things you can do with that. you can tweak. You got all these different tools you could put in here, you know, and okay, so gradient map. Let's come on down here. A selective color. This is a little more complicated. I'm not going to get into that. So this will be part one. Part two, I'll discuss some more advanced Photoshop tools and things you can do on an image.